All right, so here we are, pulling out of the driveway for the second time. So it's 4 minutes later than I was yesterday, 6 minutes later than my norm. So I told you yesterday I leave in plenty of time for whatever may happen that would delay me getting to work on time. Today it was just my normal dragging ass not wanting to go to work, and then I got around the corner and down the street a little bit and realized I didn't have a watch on. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to go to work without a watch. Honestly, when I'm at work, I don't necessarily want to know what time it is, because then that lets me know how much more time I have to do. But nonetheless, just don't feel right without a watch on. Oh my God, I don't have underwear on. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I would probably notice underwear being absent before I would a watch. I would wonder why in the hell am I putting on my shorts. Anyway, I digress. On my way to work, it's Friday. I am beating myself up a little bit because my changed work schedule just has my brain messed up, and I didn't do one of my normal Thursday routines yesterday, which is shower and shave and sheets and, well, not sheets, pillowcases and sheet and blanket on his chair and all that good stuff for my father. I just didn't do it yesterday. I just didn't. At one point, just laid in my bed for a while, slept a little bit, but just kind of laid there and listened to music and not even thinking one bit about things I needed to be doing, because in my mind I had done what I needed to do, which was laundry and dishes and start dinner and blah blah blah. Never gave the guy a shower. So guess what we're doing on a Friday? Yay, Friday. That'll mess me up too, because then I really won't know what day it is. Friday isn't shower day. I do give my father more than one a week, whether he needs it or not. If he needs it, it happens, whether it's a quote-unquote shower day or not. And that happens more often than I care to think about. Anyway, happy Friday. I hope everybody stays safe if you're in harm's way, and dry if you're not, and don't get beat up by the wind, is what they're saying. I don't know what it looked like when you were out last night, but boy, the sunset looked really weird. The clouds and stuff, yeah, it's pretty crazy. All right, I'm almost to work. I'm sure I'll talk more later. See ya. All right, work's done. I'm on my way to pick up breakfast for my father, and Ian is making his presence known, only right now with heavy clouds and intermittent, let's call it, winds. There were times at work where the trees and shrubbery outside caught my attention in how much and how voraciously, is that a word, they were moving around because of the wind. But no rain yet, thankfully. There were suggestions that it may start at 8 or 9, and we are now 10 minutes to 10, and it's still dry. So far so good. There's the lady that walks that I always know. I know her from somewhere. I think maybe she used to be a Y member, but I see her walking on this road a lot. Anyway, so yesterday I did what little hurricane prep I felt was necessary at my house, and that was I went out and I took down the 2 plants that I have put on the deck and the 2 citronella candles that I have put on the deck, and I placed them in the shed. Since they said the high winds could blow over school buses, I thought they might as well also be able to blow over a plant And I didn't want that to happen to my new little plants. They're so cute. This kind of weather only gives me anxiety for one reason. And it's really not even the weather. It's my father's reaction to it. Because God forbid the satellite goes out, or worse, the power goes out. Obviously, if the power goes out, he ain't watching TV anyway. But if the satellite goes out, he ain't watching TV anyway. So when that happens, he is so dependent on television for his day. That's his activity. That's what he does. He wakes up, he eats, he watches TV, and makes messes in the bathroom. That's like the summation of his existence. So, like I said, this weather doesn't give me anxiety for any other reason except for the fact that I might have to deal with a very anxious old man. Thank you, Vietnam-era Marine Corps, for developing the anxiety that was already existed in him and taking it to a whole new level. So, going to pick up breakfast. I'm going to go home and get him fed. Wait until he does what he needs to do after breakfast. And get him showered, since I didn't do it yesterday. Man, I could kick myself for forgetting that. I don't know why I forgot to do that yesterday. But I'll at least have some scratch-offs to do while I wait on his movement. And then I guess I'll work out. I really don't know what I'm going to do today. I pushed my luck a little bit yesterday with my shoulder, and I'm still paying for it. So I don't know what I'm going to do. My shoulder's killing me. Anyway, that's all for now. I'm sure I'll be back sooner or later, and we'll talk more then. See ya. Here we are. Oh, goodness, I'm laughing to myself because sometimes when my father goes, all right, I respond with, all right. You know what I'm talking about. You know what time it is. Of course, he has no fucking clue that it's anything about Limp Bizkit. Oh, goodness. Anyway. Yeah, I just wiped my nose on my shirt. Tell me you don't give a fuck without telling me you don't give a fuck. Oh, goodness. So, we're all done. We did a shower and a nice shave and clean clothes and fresh pillowcases and moisturizer, baby powder. So, it's not a big deal to him. It's funny. I always laugh because my father will hold his breath and grunt when I'm giving him a shower like he's doing the work. He's not doing anything. I'm killing my arm trying to reach around different parts of his body and scrub him and clean him and all that. And he's, and I just keep saying, relax, I'm doing all the work. So, I start off with him seated. That's the easiest way. Besides the fact that he can't stand real long. So we have to preserve the energy, keep it in check, and expend it when necessary. So, first half of his shower, he's seated, and I'm cleaning everything I can clean with him seated. And then he's got to stand up so we can clean the other parts. And I've got a handle on the wall, and I give him an elbow and kind of help him stand up. And get done, rinse him off real good, dry some, and then get him to step out of the tub. Now, he can't step out of the tub without holding on to a towel rack, which I'm sure he's going to rip off the wall one of these days, and my arm. Like we're cross arms, so
I've got him like this, coming out of the bathtub, that he can barely get his foot up over the edge of the tub. And so it's not an easy thing for him, and it's hard to be sympathetic because most of this is because of his sedentary lifestyle that he has chosen, and the lack of care for his body that he's chosen, best I can tell, for about 30 years. Anyway, so, and likewise, getting him dressed, I'm doing a lot of the heavy lifting, so to speak. Nothing's heavy, obviously. He's very content to have socks, undies, shorts, and a t-shirt. Perfect. We do the deodorant. We do some baby powder on his feet. We do some baby powder on his butt. Actually, I put one of his old pillowcases where he's going to sit, and I put powder on that so he can sit his ass crack on the powder. And why I'm giving you all these details, I don't know. But anyway, so just to make sure he's got some powder on his ass for the days ahead where it might not be as fresh as it should be. And unless we're going somewhere, he's not wearing shoes. If he goes outside on the porch or the deck, he has little slides that he'll put on. And sometimes when we get ready, when I get him up from his chair to go take a shower, he'll ask me to pause his TV. So when we're done, come back in, I unpause the TV, and then I go back and finish kind of cleaning up and putting stuff away and all that good stuff. So today, he's all back to watching The Godfather for the 18 billionth time. Don't get me wrong, I love The Godfather, but not like that. And I can see his brain working when he says, "Chrissy, I'm going to take a bath." Now, when I was a kid, when I was growing up, that was a normal thing for him. He would take a long, hot bath and would take a little portable TV in there, right? Safe as could be, and watch sports on, one of the 3 networks that you got back then. And just be in the tub. And every now and then kick the hot water on again to warm it back up. But he would literally just lounge there in the tub. And then I think back to the day that he and I moved everything into this house. I don't know where my mom was. And my older brother was already out of the picture by then, and my younger brother was elementary school. I mean, he was gosh, I don't even know, 1st or 2nd grade probably when they bought this house. So my father and I did all the moving. We moved everything from the apartment to here. And we were so happy to be in a place that had 2 full baths that when we were done, to treat ourselves, he'd get in his bathtub and I got in mine. You thought I was going to say we took a bath together, didn't you? No. So, there was nobody else around. So I'm in my tub, he's in his. And he said, "Chrissy, yeah, do you fit in here?" My father and I, although I'm generally most of my adult life fatter than my father is, we're both kind of wide. We've got thick chest and shoulders, and we're just not frail, not dainty, not petite. Hey, Chrissy, do you fit in there? I said, "Not really, do you?" He said, "No, not really." And I think that's the last time either one of us took a bath. No, it's not the last time I did, but I think it's the last time he did. I only did it when I was putting in 20 pounds of ice after a long ride day. Anyway, so those 2 things came to mind when he says, "Chrissy, I'm going to take a bath." And I just looked at him. He said, he gave me one of these. I said, "Good luck." I said, "You can't get in and out." "I can get in." "Really?" "I'm 51. I'm not sure I could get in and out. I have to help you out of the shower from a standing position. How the fuck are you getting in and out?" Oh, God almighty. "I can do it." "Okay. Well, just let me know when you want to, and I'll make sure I have a friend and some rope to help catch you out. Oh, jeez. Sometimes I have to laugh to keep from crying, and sometimes it's just, I don't know. It's crazy. To see the differences in my father over the span of my lifetime. Wow. Anyway, I don't know why I decided to share all that with you. You might regret some of those details later. I haven't exercised yet. I haven't eaten much. I'm contemplating a treat that this is not the certified personal trainer talking. Okay, this is the fat guy talking. I was thinking about ordering a pizza tonight, not for dinner tonight, but for breakfast tomorrow. Tonight, on these long days, when I get up at 3:30 in the morning, that's the only way I can go through the day when I'm up that early. That's the only kind of day where I kind of just don't even care if I eat. By the end of the day, I just want to shower and go to bed. Now, I said that yesterday, and I ended up eating a little more than I thought I would. Still didn't eat a lot. But, yeah, Spurs play tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. You know, when you choose to follow a team that is 5 hours ahead of you, and they're playing like if it was here, they'd be the noon game. Like, we don't have live sports usually before noon, so 12:30 UK time, 7:30 here. So Spurs play at 7:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. It's the biggest rivalry, referred to as the North London Derby. Red scum of London versus the whites, the lily whites, North London's whites. But it sure would be nice to sit there and eat some cold pizza while I watch. If I didn't have to go to my doctor in a couple weeks. I know it doesn't make that big a damn difference, but in my head it does. Oh. Shit. Damn, I love pizza. I probably would be, I would definitely be a more appropriate weight if it weren't for pizza. All my favorite words, all my favorite foods start with P. Pizza, pretzels, peanut butter. Pizza, pretzels, peanut butter. Yeah, I could pretty much live on that. Oh, I don't see a problem with that. Pepperoni. Oh, yeah. Pecans. God almighty, I eat more pecans than anybody I know. Literally, no joke. I'm not even kidding about that. I have a subscription order with nuts.com, and they ship me 6 pounds of pecans every month. Yeah. Anyway. Well, I've sharpened enough pencils. I need to get my ass in gear. I got to start dinner in less than an hour. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Remember the pork loin I started yesterday? Showed you a little bit. Didn't have any of it. Didn't smell good to me. The 2 people that ate it said it was good. Enjoyed it. And it did smell good by the end. But, man, about halfway through the day, I was like, damn, that just doesn't even smell good to me. But it ended up smelling good later, but I didn't want any. Boar's Head Tavern ham and bacon and sausage and pepperoni. Yeah. But pork loins, unless they're barbecued, smoked. Yeah. Whatever. Okay, sorry. I'm rambling again, thinking about food. Imagine that. Fat guy thinking about food. I gotta go. It's time to exercise. Okay, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel on the rower today. If you look at my workouts on Instagram, you'll see that I did not row a long session yesterday. I just did actually just 4 sprints, 1 500 meter, and then 3 100 meters. And yes, that's only 800 meters, but the pace on those 100s is pretty damn high. It's weird how it works, but it's the difference between running a marathon and running a 100-meter sprint. I mean, the Olympics, it's just a different animal altogether. And I wasn't exactly sure how I'd feel with an 8K piece today. Now, I did a little analysis of my rowing over the last 40 days or so. Actually, it was closer to 60 days, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. And the amount of 8Ks and 10Ks and the pace leads me to believe that it's time to up my regular row. So I started with doing a 6K every day, and then it went to 7, and then it went to 8. And the goal being get to where I'm doing a 10K just about every day. And do that long enough that's, I don't want to say comfortable, but more easily done. And then do some half marathons. It's time to go up to 9. I thought maybe I would jump straight from 8 to 10, but I don't think I'm up for that. Not at the moment, anyway. My feet are still a little tender on the rower sometimes, especially probably doesn't help that I did those sprints yesterday, because that's harder on my feet because I'm pushing off so hard. And it's the end of 2 days where I worked, which man, I know that makes me sound like such a wuss, but you have to remember the condition my feet are in. I have plates and screws in both feet, and they hurt all the time. So to have two days in a row with a 5-hour shift on a concrete floor with today, let me think back through that. I didn't sit down at all today. Sometimes I sit down for literally a minute or two. I didn't sit down at all today. And so my feet right now don't feel like doing any more rowing. Anyway, so let's just say October 1st, tomorrow, we start with our 9Ks. And so October, November. Probably do that through November. And go from there. There is a Concept 2 challenge that starts around Thanksgiving. I forget if it starts Thanksgiving Day or the day after or the day before. I forget. It's right around Thanksgiving. Holiday challenge. And that's something I've done for a few years in a row, and it's always enjoyable. There's a little motivation factor there with an enamel pin they send you, which I know that sounds so silly that that's the motivation. But once you've got a few of them, you want to kind of keep getting them. And they will mail it to you free of charge if you have logged your meters. I think 200,000 is what you have to do over the course of it's about a month. It's from Thanksgiving to Christmas Eve, if I remember correctly. So I'm gearing up for that. And then in the new year, take some renewed energy into trying to lose a little more weight, get in a little better shape. That's all I can keep doing is just keep trying. I have to dig around in my brain and look for some motivation, because I've lost a little bit of it here lately. And I know the difference between motivation and discipline, and I'm disciplined to exercise, but I'm not always motivated to do it as intensely as I should. So anyway, there's that. I'm probably done talking to the camera for today. It's only 10 after 6. It feels later than that. I may talk more later, but I may not. So this might just be the end of the video. I guess you never know.